I grew up fat. I grew up most of my life being the chubby kid. It was just always that way. Obviously, when I was born, babies are naturally just a little chubby, right? But it just continued from there. Standard Western American diet, fast food all the time, Panda Express, Jack in the Box, McDonald's. When I wanted to be healthy, I would get Subway, right? All that stuff. Candy all the time. I remember one time I had 9 cavities at once. That was hell. I hated that. That's why I don't like the dentist till this day. Junk food all the time. Eating every few hours. Massive sweet tooth. Hangry, right? Like if I had to eat, like I had to eat right now or someone was going to die. You know what I'm saying? That's pretty much how it was. I mean, we've all been there. That's how it was for most of my life. And then at 13 years old, I remember it was a very specific moment in my life. I was graduating from middle school, going on to high school, right? Big moment in the young man's life, or young man or woman's life. And I was 13 years old, and I weighed 214 pounds. And I remember looking at myself in the mirror in my room thinking, dude, you're fat, man. Like something's got to change. I specifically remember telling myself that. And I even took pictures of myself just in underwear, because I was like, I'm going to do something about this, and I'm going to change, and I'm going to need some before pictures. And I remember doing that. And the fat was like in all the wrong places too. I was awkwardly proportioned. I had like man boobs and like, the spare tires and stuff like that on my stomach area. So that's when I made the decision to start slimming down. Okay. Mainly, you might ask, why would a 13-year-old be so, make that decision to just do that? Mainly because, like I said, I was going into high school. I wanted to attract girls. Let's be straight up. 13-year-old male, right? Like, come on. Going into high school, right? I had to look good. So a few years go by. I would work out a little bit, eat a little bit better, be a little just more conscious and aware of what I was doing. And at 15 is when I considered myself slim. Now, I still had some chunk to me. I was probably weighing in at about 190 pounds, but I also grew a few inches in height. So I looked slimmer than I actually was. And I maintained that for about 5 years, till I was about 20. I was just slim, right? I tall, kind of slim side, not skinny, still had some chunk, but slim. And just to note that it worked, because I attracted my girlfriend, and at 15 years old, and we've been together since. We've been together for 6 years now, so it worked, right? So now around my 20th birthday, I got introduced to the Bulletproof Diet. I got introduced to the Bulletproof Diet because a friend of mine shared a picture of the book on Facebook, and I just immediately was like, I need to go buy this book for some reason. Around that time, 19, 20 years old, I started going to the gym at what time did I go? I woke up at 5. I was at the gym by 6. I had this a super sugary protein shake beforehand, right? Came home, had sugar and creamer in my coffee and some cereal and stuff. I remember, the reason I say this is because I remember being on the Stairmaster before I got introduced to the Bulletproof Diet, around that time frame, but before I knew about it. And I remember being on the Stairmaster at the gym. It was 6:30, and I looked at and I was sweating, and I was hating it because I hated working out. And I remember looking at the calories that I burned, and it was a few hundred calories. And I looked at that number, and I was like, I've been on here for 15, 20 minutes, and I burned a few hundred calories. I'm gonna go home and I'm gonna eat that. That's gonna be in my coffee, or my cereal or whatever. How is this working? There's got to be a better way. I remember telling myself that, but then I looked around the gym and I saw all the other fat people on the treadmill, on the ellipticals, on all the equipment, and I was like, well, they're doing it. I mean, I guess this is what I'm supposed to do. So I just continued doing it, right? And then I would go and do the weight machines, just some arbitrary number of reps. It didn't mean anything. I didn't know what I was doing, but I considered myself a good human being because I was doing that, waking up early to go to the gym for an hour every day, right? And then I got introduced to the Bulletproof Diet. And then everything switched for me. I unlearned everything. I did not need to go to the gym an hour a day to lose weight. I only needed to go once a week for 15, 20 minutes, which is what I do right now. I had to eat more fat. I had to do these things. I fell in love with it. And ever since I picked up that book, read it, things have never been the same. And at the time of this video, at the time of this writing for the blog post, that was exactly a year ago. Exactly a year ago, it was June of 2016, I drank my first, around my birthday, I drank my first Bulletproof coffee, and I've had a cup ever since. Every day, ever since then. Till this day, I have my cup right here. Just woke up not too long ago. So, it's been great. I'm leaner. I'm on the skinny side. I'm sharper. I'm better. I'm happier all around. And the thing is I'm never going back. Okay? I'm never going back. Like, that feels so good knowing that I never have to go back to being lazy, to being fatigued, to having like anxiety and depression, which can actually really be led to a lot of foods in some cases. I'm never going back. And it feels so good. And so what I'm here to share in this video is just my story. This is to put in my about section. But what I'm here to share is what I've learned along the way and what I continue to learn along the way as well. Anything around healthy fats, ketosis, the bulletproof diet, the bulletproof lifestyle, that whole thing, ancestral living, biohacking, supplement taking, not too much on fitness. I just do some very simple stuff, but meditation, mindfulness, anything that's tailored to being a better human being, I'm down for that. And I'm going to share it if it worked for me or if I know that it worked for a lot of other people. That's what I'm here to do. So please note that I'm not a coach. I'm not a doctor. I'm not a nutritionist. I'm not even claiming to be an expert. I've only been really in this lifestyle for a year now. I'm just someone who found something that worked and wants to share it with other people in hopes that it helps them too. That's why I'm here, to share what I've learned along the way. Hopefully it helps you too. There's another video where I describe more in detail why I do this and why I feel I need to share my exercises, not physical exercises, but just what I do throughout the day and stuff. So, feeling this good feels so good. It really does. And you deserve to feel this way too. And that's a fact. Everyone should be happier, healthier, better, sharper, because what you can do in a day when you feel so good is amazing. You'd be surprised, right? So I'm here to share. I'm here to serve. If there's anything that I can do for you, you let me know. I'm always down to help. You can always reach out to me. DM me on Instagram. Find me on Twitter. If you're in LA, hey, let's meet up. Like, there's a couple bulletproof coffee shops out here. I'm in LA. Let's do this thing. So I'm super excited to be putting out more content for you guys and sharing some things that I'm doing. So if there's anything that you need, like I said, reach out to me. I'll be talking to you guys soon. Have a good one.